Hey, what's going on, guys? Gdoggcasey here with my buddy Matt, casting some more StarCraft 2 action from the Chobo Team League. This is a Week 6 matchup between Team All Inspiration and Team Unrivaled. Now, this is actually the ace match and the deciding match of who's going to win this week. So let's start off by introducing first in the bottom right corner of Deadwing. It is All Inspiration's MrLando.
And in the top right-hand corner, we have our blue Protoss player for Team Unrivaled Reapercile. So a TVP here.
Yeah, and we finally get to cast a game for MrLando here. This guy is the one that I consider our absolute best player. I seriously foresee a promotion to Master League in the near future because this guy is just really good. I actually have not seen him lose a game yet. So let's see if he can keep that streak alive, at least in my eyes.
I watched him play some casts, a few of his games on his channel, and he's quite the good player. I'm really I kind of wish I was Terran so I can learn from him, but unfortunately I am the overpowered Protoss.
Unfortunately, went with the easy race to start. That's okay. You can learn Terran later. But anyway, so far so good. We got an early barracks going down. Nothing too out of the ordinary. There is the gas going down, so probably going to see a Reaper here. SCV seems to have decided to check the correct position first, I think. Or no, he's going across. So, yeah. MrLando disappointed me already, choosing the wrong scouting location to start the game.
Yeah, he loses. Game over.
He's behind.
But I'm kind of surprised why the barracks isn't completing off the wall to prevent any scouting from the Protoss player.
Well, in ZV or in PvT, you don't necessarily need to wall off because it's not really going to help you too much. I mean, I guess against some zealots it could, but it's not the most important thing to wall off. Maybe he just has another plan for what he wants to do with that position of the main here. I'm honestly not 100% sure, but people do what they want. You know, you don't always have to wall in. And if that becomes a turning point in this game, then, well, we can probably see Lando walling in more in the future. But I have a small feeling here that that's not really going to play in too much on what's going to happen here.
Yeah, so it looks like MrLando is going to go for his command center next, so a very quick expansion, and the expansion already being dropped for Reapercile. So looks like we're going to head into a longer, more macro-styled game. Max out, everyone gets 200 supply, and the first battle wins it all.
Could be. We'll see if there's any harass, though. I mean, you can drop a Protoss player as Terran pretty effectively sometimes. We'll see the Reaper heading into the base is going to take a look. He doesn't see a lot of buildings, so he immediately goes to check. Oh, he was building a bunker in the natural area of Reapercile. So, oh, he takes out that probe, too. That's a bit of a bonus. And if he finishes that bunker... Actually, you know what? This is just purely a mind game play because there's not even any Marines on the way. So this is just sort of scare Reapercile into maybe, I don't know, chrono boosting out a Stalker instead of some probes or something like that. But it's really not there to do much. Just to put a little fear in his head.
Yeah, just waste his time. That mothership core is eventually going to hammer away and it's just going to be salvaged.
There it goes, and the expansion is almost finished here in the main, or in the natural, and we followed up with another barracks and an early engineering bay here.
So we're going to get some, either some upgrades or some turrets, or although nothing's being done out of it yet, and that SCV is just sitting there staring at the wall, wondering how this game is going.
+1 attack on the way, so that tells me that, especially with the second racks here, we could see a bit of an early attack here. He might try to time it up with +1 and see what type of damage he can do. Bunker is going down at the natural, and that Reaper is still... Oh, is it still alive? Yeah, it's still scouting at the main. It might die here. Oh!
Oh! One more jump.
Yeah, just a step
Poor Reaper.
Marines are kind of setting up shop here at the third base, so we got 4 more on the way. So we'll have a nice little attack with 6 Marines. With no stim yet, the tech lab is about to be finished. I don't know if he's going to try to time it out with stim, though. We'll have to see. At the moment...
Double forge for Reapercile, and +1/+1 being researched with the drop of 2 more gateways.
Yeah, so definitely being greedy here. He's not going to have a lot of units here to defend any sort of attack. Where is that mothership core? It is not bringing me to them, but those Marines are in the natural here. Killed 5 probes already, and counting 7, 8, 9, 10 probes going down here, and that's definitely worth just these Marines alone. He even baited out a photon overcharge that probably didn't need to be placed down.
Wow. So just looking at the workers now, it is even at 29 apiece.
Yeah, but plus the mules for MrLando here, so he is going to have an economic lead. Third command center is being built now, following up by another gas and a factory.
Now, pylon goes unnoticed right in the third.
Yeah, he's got another one across the way too. So that's definitely going to play a part here if we want to see some zealot run-bys. Twilight Council is almost finished, so we'll see what he wants to do with that. Probably setting himself up for +2/+2. But we do have Stim almost finished with +1 armor on the way. And we have a fairly marine-heavy composition here from MrLando.
Yeah, and from that Twilight Council, charge is being researched. So not blink, it's going to be charge. So I'm going to see probably a bigger composition of zealots rather than stalkers at the moment.
Yeah, which against the Marines here is actually going to be pretty good, especially once they charge in there and get right in your face. They're pretty scary to deal with. Turret going down inside the natural as well, I guess, just in case there's some DTs. Let's see, what did Lando see in the main of Reapercile. I think he did see that Twilight Council. Did he? Actually, no, he didn't, but he's just being safe here.
Yeah, and Templar Archives coming out, so either going to be Storms or some Archon, so it's going to be a Charge Lot Archon combo. +2/+2 already on the way for Reapercile as well.
Yeah, and the armory's only just started now, so +2 is still a little ways off for MrLando. We got some pylons all over the place here. The one at the third was taken out, but we have some warpings of some High Templars, and we got some Zealots streaming across the map here, so an attack is coming from the Protoss player. Looking at Lando's army, he's got another bunker being built, he's got a few Marauders and a lot of Marines, so he's going to probably be able to hold this off fairly easily.
Yeah, quite a defensive posture. Just seeing that, I think he's going to wait until after this attack is done, and he's probably going to move out that third command center. Still no third expansion coming from our Protoss player. It looks like he's focusing on this 2-base attack, dropping 3-4 more gateways.
Yeah, but MrLando has moved out. There's a couple force fields here that are pretty well placed, but he's still able to fire away at the army. He's going to take out that sentry, and he might be able to catch an Archon or two out of position. These Archons are feeling pretty ballsy. They want to go in here for the attack, but we have medevacs as well as a bunker being filled up here. So this attack really doesn't have a lot of power behind it. Decent micro here from Lando. He's just going to force that away. No real damage done either way. Factory has just landed himself right in between two pylons here, so I guess he's definitely scattered out those, and he's probably going to lose that factory now, but he doesn't really care because he's just going just for the bio. He's already got his starport out. He's got a few medevacs, 4 medevacs, and 5 Marauders. He's just going to take that third base, set up a couple bunkers, and hunker down, I guess.
Yeah, now I'm still surprised seeing that the Protoss player saw that third was making its way out. And they started to attack it, that he hasn't started his own third. So I think he's entirely focused on this 2-base attack with some charge lots and Archons. But if the defense stands still for our Terran player, he's just going to have such a large economic lead, it's going to be insurmountable to come back.
Yeah, so we have an attack coming in at the third base here. 4 Archons. Going to be pretty easily defended here. We got some SCVs being pulled, but at the same time, Lando is going to try to drop the second base, but Stalker's in great position here. They're actually going to take out that medevac, or are they? No stim on these Marauders. If they stimmed up, they would be able to quickly take out these... Okay, here we go. Now he stims, and he's taking out a whole bunch of probes. Now, he was forced to lift off his third and pull his army back to the natural, but in the meantime, he is just killing so many probes in the main. He's got 10 now. not in the main, in the natural, sorry.
Yeah, and that mothership core is doing nothing. It's just getting that one Marauder is probably shot 20 times and it's just getting healed up.
Yeah, now the army for Reapercile is looking to try to find Lando's third base. Instead, he's going to get engaged on, though, by some more Marauders. Just so many Marauders here for Lando, and that just pretty much counters the entire army that that Reapercile has at the moment. That drop still being annoying. There's only one Marauder left, but he's probably just going to drop it just to be annoying with it. Crazy. Tons of damage done. If we look at the units lost, 27 workers killed up to this point. He's got a substantial worker lead, so the income is just so much higher for Lando. He's at 1,400 to 700, and it looks like the final engagement, most likely here, let's close this up, is happening at the ramp of the third base of Lando, but he's got so many Marauders and Marines shooting away. These Archons don't stand a chance.
No, these Archons are beefy, but with that many medevacs, they're although they are running low on energy.
Yeah, and actually these Archons are definitely starting to do some damage here. I'm pretty surprising here. He's actually pushing himself a little bit further into the third base of Lando. The supply lead is double for Lando, or not quite, almost double. And we have more Marauders streaming in here, so I just think the reinforcements for Lando is going to end up being too much. +2 attack just finished. So I'm betting we're going to be seeing a counterattack coming out shortly before this third base gets up and running for Reapercile.
Yeah, it's about 75% done, and the dropping of 5 more gateways for Reapercile. So he's looking to just do a ton of gateway units, keep this charge slot Archon composition going, but his remaining Archon is getting blasted away right now.
Yeah, he's trying to reinforce his army here. He's building a lot of Zealots, but with the concussive shell from the Marauder to slow down the Zealots, the charge is almost nullified, and those Stalkers are even more weak against that type of thing. So Lando definitely picking the right units to train here. He doesn't really have a massive army, but the army supply for Reapercile is 6 right now to 54 for Lando. So Lando literally could just able himself into the third base and should be able to do tons of damage, although now that these 5 gateways are finished, we'll be able to start reinforcing some army supply for Reapercile, but he's very far behind at the moment.
Yeah, a couple of pylons getting taken out. It supply 67 to 137, more than double for Lando. He is in the process of building a 4th, and he is moving out at the same time. So very good macro style play for Mr. Lando, and very good defense. It looked like it was going to be tough at first because those Archons are really beefy, but after holding it and maintaining the economic edge, he's just he's got quite the lead.
Yeah, and now he's just working on taking out those remaining pylons hanging out near his base. He's got a drop loaded up here with a bunch of Marauders and a couple Marines. They're going to hit the main base, and there's a big wide open spot here on Deadwing where you can land this drop and just stim in and just destroy so many things. And there's no army here for Reapercile. He's got it all positioned here at the front of the third base, so this is going to do so much damage here, this drop. And as well, he's also hitting the ramp on the third too, so just multitasking by Lando, proving superior here.
A couple of nice storms though took out the attack that was going into the third, but this main drop is just destroying the main base right now. Yeah, although it is mined out.
Yeah, the Nexus is down. There wasn't quite a lot of minerals left there, but with the attack happening on both ends here, yeah, there were a couple nice storms, but with all these Marauders kind of flanking these Archons, he still hasn't been able to take care of this drop either. 2 full medevacs just taking out the Templar Archives. Now these Zealots are doing a good job because the army units are focusing the buildings. The Zealots are able to kind of whale away. But there's a GG as Lando just has too much stuff. As well as behind that, he had the 4th just about to go down, I believe. Didn't he have that built? Where's that 4th base? I do not see it. Oh, there it is.
The 4th base was in the 3rd, but it was a very good choice by Mr. Lando to, instead of taking out those Zealots, he took out the Templar Archives, leaving Reapercile with nothing but Stalkers and Zealots to make, and Sentries. That's all that he had that he was able to make.
Yeah, no splash damage. And actually, I would have liked to see a few more Sentries being used for Reapercile, because at the bottom of this third base here, he could have split this army in half a little bit and made things a little bit easier. Instead, he went with the Storms, which, as you said, he did land a couple nice ones, but it doesn't matter if you get Stormed if you just have, like, double... Well, look at this, 96 army supply to 10 from MrLando, so that's the story right there.
Yeah, so game 1 of this ace matchup goes to MrLando. Look forward to the next game, and thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.